What's up everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Vicky B. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing this makeup look that I recently did for a wedding. So I'm just going to go ahead and hop right into it. So I'm starting off with my face freshly washed, and I'm going to go in with this Mario Badescu Rose Water Spray because I just like to set my face before I put on any makeup application. And then for moisturizer, I'm going to be using this e.l.f. Holy Hydration Face Cream. After that, I'm going to go ahead and prime my face. So I'm going to be using this Benefits Pore-fessional primer. Love the finish of this primer. I've seen this on the internet and I was always curious about it, but I just never tried it. And I tried it the other day and it worked so well. When I tell you, my makeup stayed and I did not get oily at all. And by the time I got home, I think we left at 5 o'clock. I got home at maybe 11. My makeup did not move. There was no oil at all. I did not have to blot. This technique, for the oily ones out there, this technique is amazing. Like it really does work. So what I'm doing is I'm taking my Maybelline Fit Me powder, and this is in the shade 35 Deep. I'm gonna take this sponge and I'm just literally taking like a little bit because I'm going to be using powder again, but like this much, and I'm just really putting it pretty much in my T-zone where I do get oily. And really I'm just pressing this in. Like I'm taking a little bit at a time and I'm just using this and I'm pressing it in. I'm not like gonna bake or anything like that. I'm just really just pressing it in. I've been really liking this like feathery type of like light kind of brow lately. I'm going to be using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, my favorite pencil hands down. I'm going to use the spoolie first and I'm just going to brush my brow hairs up and into the direction that I want them to go. Normally I use the brow gel first, but I find that using the brow gel first, it's a lot harder to apply the product. This pencil is in the shade Espresso. And so what I like to do, like you just saw, I like to carefully, like I'm gonna say sketch because I draw, but yeah, just like carefully like sketch out that under brow line, and I take it from beginning to end. So then I'm gonna go on top just a little bit because I need to do the tails, because as you can see, I don't really have hair right here like on my tails. I got it a little bit over here, but I like kind of want to create that arch. So I'm gonna not start at the beginning, like not start in front at the top. I'm gonna start like somewhere in the middle, kind of, sort of, and just create that shape. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go back with the spoolie, and I'm just gonna brush that product into my brows. And then like if I feel like I'm losing too much product, I'll just go back in and redo. Next, I am going to be taking the NYX, the brow glue. Looks like this. And I'm just going to do it like I'm using brow gel and just go over my eyebrows to set them. And then I don't have like a spatula or anything like that. So what I do is I just use like the end of this and I take it and I smooth my brows out. That's the key to using brow gel. You need to smooth it out so that one, it doesn't become cakey or flaky, and then it sets flat, like it sets smooth. So I'm going to let that dry down for a little bit, and then I'm going to go in with my NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Pen. Now I'm going to be going in with some concealer. Concealer I'm going to be using is my Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and it's going to be in the shade Butterscotch. It's the multi-use sculpting concealer. Yeah, I'm just going to take this brush. I like to use this brush for my concealer as well as my eyeshadow base, so that's what we're going to be using. Next, I'm going to be doing my eyes. I'm going to start off with my eyeshadow base, and it's been my favorite eyeshadow base for the longest. I honestly don't use anything else, and that's my P. Louise base, and this is Rumor number 4. And I'm going to do this until that concealer is dried down. Like, I don't want wet concealer because that can cause creasing. So I'm gonna tap this in until it dries down. The first palette I'm gonna start with is the Warrior 2 palette by Juvia's Place, and I am going to be taking this shade right here, and I'm going to be using this as my transition shade. I'm honestly pretty much just going to put this all over the lid. I'm not going to be neat about it at all. I just need to get it on there. So I first like to start by just stamping in the color, and then what I'll do is I'll go back and blend it out. That's why I'm using like this big flat fluffy brush. So next I'm going to be taking a more tapered fluffy brush, if I can find it, and then I'm going to be using this brown shade right here, and I'm just going to be focusing this one more so in the crease. Then I'm just going to go back in and pretty much just reiterate that transition shade. Taking a little bit on the brush, not too much, but I really just want to blend it out with the crease color. So now that we got that done, I'm going to cut my crease. I'm going to go back and use that flat brush that I used, and I'm going to be using the P. Louise base that I covered my lid in. I'm not going to wipe anything off or anything like that. I don't need to. I'm gonna go back in with that second brown shade, and I'm just gonna blend that part out now I'm gonna take the Nudes by Juvia's Place palette, and I'm gonna be using, oh, it's kind of bright. Can you see? I'm gonna be using this shade right here, and then with that I'm gonna take just a flat brush and I'm just gonna stamp that in. Now here you can leave it like this and add a liner and go to the face, or what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a shimmer. I'm gonna top this off with this white gold pigment from Larue Cosmetics. I'm just gonna take another small flat brush, and I'm just gonna tap it on. And like I said, you can do this step or you can completely skip this step. It's totally up to you. This is just how I did it for the wedding, and I thought it was like super, super cute. You can also like spray your brush with some setting spray and get a different payoff with this as well, if you like. Or you can also use this with like lash glue and get a different payoff as well. But this is honestly, it works without anything. Just taking a small brush and then just tapping it on. And I'm covering that entire space where we cut the crease and put that nude shade. Now that that's on, I'm going to be going into liner. I'm going to be using my Inglot gel liner. I'm not going to wing this out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just like take it up, and it'll more than likely stop like right where the nude color meets the transition shade. And then I'm gonna fill that in with like a black shadow. So I'm creating the shape first, and then I will go back and fill it in. I am gonna go back in with the Warrior 2 palette, and I'm gonna be taking this black shade right here, and I'm gonna just be blending in that black liner with that. And then, because I don't really want to lose that color, I'm gonna go back in with that brown just a little bit, that deeper brown, and just kind of like blend it together. Okay, it looks so good. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the lashes on now. I'm gonna be going in with foundation now, and I'm gonna be using the Born This Way foundation, and the one I think I'm gonna be using is Chestnut, but I don't think I'm this dark. And then I got Butter Pecan, but I think Butter Pecan is too light. I know Chestnut is like my summer shade, but I haven't really been outdoors to really get a tan. So we're gonna see. And then I'm just gonna be taking like this e.l.f. brush, this brush right here. I'm just gonna blend it in. So I'm going to be going in with concealer. I'm using my Born This Way concealer again that I used to clean up my eyebrows. But I'm also going to be using my Tarte Shape Tape concealer. And this is in medium tan sand. So I use this to brighten, and then I just use this to like just conceal everything. So let that sit, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray. And I'm just going to use my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. Spray that like that. And I'm going to start blending this out with a damp beauty blender. I am gonna do blush real quick, and my favorite blushes to use, I'm using the NYX Sweet Cheeks blush, and this one is in the shade Bombshell, and this is like a, it's almost like a mauvey, like pink-ish kind of, sort of, but it just works with this look. And then I'm just gonna blend that out. I used to be against using blush because I'm like, I don't want to look like a clown, but it's really all in how you apply it, for real. Like, the way you apply it will, you know, determine what it looks like. Like, if you apply it like this, like, you don't look like a clown at all. Like, I don't know, it just, I am in love with blush now. Like, with every look I do have to use blush. Perfect. So now I'm gonna go to contouring, and I'm gonna be using my Fenty Beauty contour stick, and this is in the shade Truffle. This product is so hard to like blend out. Like, it dries so fast. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do one section at a time and blend it out as I'm placing it on, because it's really like, I like it, but it's just really hard to like blend out. And I'm blending that right into that blush. So yeah, with this product, I do find it easier to just work in sections, like put it on and then blend it out immediately, versus just putting it on your whole face and then blending it out, because from my experience, this just dries down like really fast. All right, so for my nose, I'm gonna use a smaller brush and blend that out. I'm gonna take it up into like that transition area, and also like into like my brow a little bit. So what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to set my face. So I'm going to take my Fenty Beauty powder in the shade Banana, and I'm going to use that same powder puffer thing that we used before for the other powder. I'm going to use that, and again, like I did before, I'm just going to press this in. I'm not going to bake or anything like that. She's looking like, Mommy, you got all the goodies on your desk right now. She's plotting. That's what's happening right now. She's plotting to see what she can touch and what she can't touch. this pointed part, it just really like helps you get into the areas that it's hard to like really get into and like define them. Because at one point, like, I was doing my nose with a brush, which is cool, but like I just personally didn't feel like it got everywhere, like everywhere I needed it to get. And also it's an even baby, no, also it's an even layer of powder that's being, I personally like these powder puffs. So now I'm gonna go in with bronzer, and the shade that I normally use is by Fenty Beauty. It's the Caramel Cutie shade, but I feel like I should use the other one, but we're gonna see what this one does. You want to get down? I kind of don't want you to get down. Yeah, so I thought I was going to use a darker one, but this is perfectly fine. This one works. I'm going to go back with the Fenty Butterscotch powder, and I'm just going to take that and like just accentuate my contour a little bit. And this I'm going to just let sit for just a little bit. Alright, and then I'm going to go in with my Juvia's Place, the Saharan Blush Volume 2 palette. And I'm going to be using this like purple mauve shade right here in the bottom corner. Now I'm going to go in with the lip. I'm going to be using the NYX lip liner in the shade Urban Cafe. Now I'm going to go in with the NYX Lingerie, and this is in the shade Lace Detail. I'm going to just put that in the center, and then I'm just going to blot my lips like that and to blend it out. You can leave it like this and move on to highlighter, or take it a step further and put some gloss on. I'm going to use some gloss. I'm using the I say Fit Me all the time. I'm using the Fenty gloss, and it's in the shade, or it's the Glass Slipper. It's the clear one. I need to go back in with that crease shade at the top, and I need to put that underneath my eye. I'm gonna do my gel liner first, and I'm just gonna tight line, and then I am going to go back in with that brown and smoke this out a little bit. And I'm just gonna smoke it out with that deeper crease shade. So now I'm gonna spray my face, and I'm gonna put some highlight on, and then we'll be done. For highlighter, I'm using my favorite highlighter. It's the Pure Cosmetics highlighter. It's the Dreamer palette, bronze and brightener, and I'm gonna use the center shimmer. Probably gonna mix it with that brown one. No. What I'm gonna do now is do some mascara underneath my eyes. I'm gonna be using the Too Faced, the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. No. Ooh. So this is the final look. I hope you all enjoyed that tutorial. I hope that you all create this look. If you do, tag me on Instagram at Vicky's secret. It's going to be listed down below. Also, like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to see you all in my next video. Stay safe, stay blessed, and stay you. Bye. Mwah. Mwah. See y'all next time. Bye.